So I'm gonna break all the makeup rules today. I am a Tex-Mex at heart. Didn't grow up there, but my mama did. I grew up loving Selena. Throw out a little Selena glam. This makeup look is dedicated to freedom and Selena. And I am gonna use very few products. This is gonna be a quickie. I've already prepped my skin. I wanna keep this look really matte today, really basic on the skin. So I'm gonna use my Glossier Wowder. This actually has a really pretty coverage. It's not too matte. I'm gonna use a little kabuki brush and swirl. You can actually tap to get a little more powder out. This like cool screen sort of helps you get it out. I'm also breaking out, which is, I don't know, hormones, I guess. Reason that I'm choosing to use the powder first is because mineral powder is a little bit of a heavier, more dense kind of texture compared to a liquid or even a cream, which can reflect the light a bit more. With this matte sort of texture, you'll end up basically covering any highlight, any contour, anything you do. This is gonna really hide all of that. So if I'm using a powder because maybe I'm oily or maybe I just wanna be matte, I usually do all the color and highlight on top of the powder instead of underneath the powder like I would normally do. Gonna use the Chantecaille Cover Up Stick. And I'm just gonna dab with my finger. And dab it right on. I just have a couple more spots that I want to cover up. Gonna do a little dab under the eyes. Always using that ring finger. Gonna use a little around the mouth because I am gonna do a lip today. And I want it to be a little bit crispy. I want those nice clean edges. If you don't know where to put cover up, I would say just stick with the features that you know get a little bit red. So like around the nose, under the eyes, and there's a possibility of like around the mouth. Keeping it simple today. This is a very matte concealer, so there's really no need to like powder that again. It's gonna be fine. Although I wanna be matte, I just can't live without a little bit of highlighter. So using the Glossier. Okay, so just broke a couple beauty rules. Did my cream over powder. So matte can be super gorgeous. I just think I like a little bit of dimension. I like when the light hits and you can get a nice reflection. So I'm gonna do a really subtle contour just to add in a little dimension because we're so matte. I don't want to go rosy, blushy, bronzy. That's just not Selena's. I'm taking this Rituel de Fille. The reason I'm using this one is because it is a little bit creamier than most products. So it's gonna be really super easy for me to just buff over powder. And I'm using a very like not too firm but not too soft kind of brush. You want to think these things need to be very lightweight. So we need lightweight concealer or a lightweight foundation or a lightweight contour, cream contour color. And you want a lightweight kabuki to just float over like a cloud. You want to feel very airy in there, just like super, super gently. This is a very basic face. Just gonna brush the brows. So to be honest, I'm not gonna fill my brows in today. Breaking another rule. You know why? These brows are thick. I don't need to do that. So I'm not. And if you have something that you naturally are blessed with, you just own it, don't touch it, let it be, let it live. It's who you are. Liner by Chantecaille. Gonna rim just the outer corners. I think I'm gonna just connect the outsides so that it gives me more of that almondy shape. Not really wanting to do like a cat eye necessarily, so just smudging with like a smaller brush. And you know what? I'm not being very careful. Kind of just doing it really messy and buffing it. I think sometimes we can have a plan, but we need to be open to that plan changing, especially when we're doing our makeup, because we don't have time to redo it. So plans change and that's okay. Sometimes we've just gotta let the brush and the art and our face take the lead. I mean, obviously it's going to naturally do what it wants to do. It's gonna pick up the pigments that it naturally wants to pick up, and the shapes that are naturally there are gonna be accentuated. So I think we shouldn't be scared of that. We can be okay with who we are. We can be okay with how our makeup looks. As long as we're choosing the right colors, the right tones and textures for our skin, hair, and eyes, then we're gonna be good. Doing the lashes. Does anyone ever notice that when they do something in the mirror, like mascara or whatever, and then they look and try to look at themselves in their phone, it looks totally different. Different lens, different perspective, different lighting, different everything. So if you really want something to look good in a photo, definitely test it out first. From your makeup mirror, go to your phone, take a selfie, see if that's your jam. And you may want to actually then go ahead and do it into your phone if you didn't get the result you were looking for. That way you could really see if you got what you were looking for. All right, so I'm gonna be mixing two colors for my lips. I'm gonna be doing Pink Poppy and After Dark, both by Anika Organic, one of my favorite. Mixing this one with this one. And the reason I want to mix is because I'm a little bit fair. I'm a little bit too fair for this peachier color. So I need to lighten it up a little bit by adding this one. And this one has a little bit more blue in it. So the blue is going to balance out this super, super, super warm peachy red color. And then that Selena color is gonna look perfect. One thing I forgot that I wanted to do with my contour color by Ritual de Fille was I was actually gonna outline my lips. Now you're probably thinking, I'm crazy. Taking a lip brush. Now this is a pretty like thick lip brush, so you're gonna get a nice soft line. So this is gonna create kind of a cool, very subtle contour around my lips. It's gonna make them look bigger actually. Custom lip color. Blotting is the key to getting super pouty lips. Just doubling up, deepening up my color a little bit. I'm gonna add even just a little bit more of this peachy color, so I actually really like it. And I'm just gonna do it on the outer corners. So doing it just on the outer corners gives it a little bit of dimension because now it's lighter on the inside. I broke a ton of rules today. Still have a full face of makeup on. So when you aren't using a ton of shimmer, it's really important to basically use lighter shades and deeper shades of everything you're doing, so that way you can build that dimension and it makes your makeup look flawless and like you spent a lot of time on it, but you really didn't. Definitely could have gone a bit more crazy with this, but I wanted to keep it simple today. I wanted to break some makeup rules and just live my life.